Good morning, ladies. Coming to you a little later this morning, but I have to excuse my voice. I'm still not really feeling good. We're working through it. Um, so moving right along in the book, we're now on part two, and we're just going to jump right into it. She opens the first part of it talking about, she had just been hustling, doing all these things all the time, overextending herself. And during this, her family took a small vacation to Hawaii. And she started to realize that in those moments, she talks about she was out snorkeling with her son. And in this moment of just like complete silence and no technology to distract her, no people to distract her, it's just her family, she started to realize just how much she didn't like who she was, and how much like self-loathing that she had for herself, and started to realize like that was the reason that she had been running, basically. All this hustling was basically her running from the fact that she just didn't like who she was at all in her innermost being. And she was saying that she thought everybody else felt like that. Like that's why people become workaholics, or go to drinking or go to food for anything. She's like, I thought that everybody else didn't like themselves, and that's why they became these things. But she said some people apparently feel solid and loved and secure in their most inside secret parts. She said, what? Well, no wonder. She said, I still didn't understand the solution to her problem, but more clearly than ever, I understood the problem. The hustling that I so deeply compromised my heart was an effort to outrun the emptiness and deep insecurity inside of me. And I think that we have all been there. You might even be there now. You're not secure in who you are, or you just like don't like who you are or who you've become. Maybe you've been the person that you've always wanted to be in the past, and then you just kind of have gotten out of that, and that's okay. And then she was just talking about like realizing just like the Lord's love for her, Jesus' love for her. And I don't know where all of you guys are in your relationship with the Lord, or if you even have a relationship with Jesus, but know that he loves you, flaws and all. And she was just saying that she had called herself a Christian all of her life, but she never really truly understood the depth of the Father's love for her. And so she was talking about an analogy that her friend had given her one time about praying, because she was like, I don't even know how to pray. All this time I've just like have always prayed these happy prayers and things like that, like everything was okay, and it's really not. And like just coming to Jesus and being vulnerable and truthful about yourself. And she said, so praying is it's like a bottle of like oil and vinegar, like dressing. So when you have the bottle, on the bottom it's the oil, and then on top the vinegar sits. And she said, when you pray, you have to start with the vinegar. You have to pour that out first. That acidic, kind of bitter things that the things that hurt you, the things that you're most insecure about, like pour that out first. Pour that out first, because you can't get to that smooth, pure oil until you pour out that vinegar. And she says, but you have to start with the vinegar, or you'll never experience the oil. Many of us learned along the way to ignore the vinegar. The hot tears banging on our eyelids, the hurt feelings, the fear. Ignore them, stuff them, make yourself numb, and then pray dutiful, happy prayers. But this is what I'm learning about prayer. You don't get the oil until you pour out the vinegar. And she just talked about being truthful with ourselves. And like the Lord doesn't want a report card, or he doesn't want apologies. She was saying every time I would go to pray that she felt like if it was a situation that she had gotten herself into or that she could fix, that she wouldn't pray about it, because she did that to herself. But she was saying, I'm learning though that the Lord loves, that the God who loves me isn't just looking for apologies and report cards. He wants me to bring the vinegar so that I can taste the oil. He has all the time in the world to sit with me and sift through my fears and feelings and failings. That's what prayer is. That's what love is. And then she says, he doesn't ask me to show up and catalog my strengths. He doesn't ask me to show up and abuse myself for my failings. He asks me to bring my whole, fragile, strong, weak, good, bad self. And that starts with vinegar, and it makes way for oil. And so I don't know where you are, what place you're in. Maybe you've been in this place in the past. Maybe you're in this place now of just like not really loving who you are, or maybe you know somebody who is in this place now that you can encourage. But I just really want to encourage us to just be truthful with ourselves and be truthful with the Lord, because I mean, God is love, and He is the purest form of love, and that's really where like loving yourself starts. Once you truly grasp the understanding of how much Jesus loves you, you can't help but love yourself. Sometimes, insecurities and doubts and fears, they'll creep in. They'll still creep in. But you also have that truth of like God's promises for you. And so if any of you guys are watching this and you have no idea what I'm talking about in regards to Jesus, feel free to reach out to me, because I'd love to like talk to you about it more. And there's no shame in like not knowing or wondering. So I love you guys. You guys are killing this week. I keep saying it every day, but you are. I'm just like so proud of all of you guys. And so tomorrow is Friday. So happy Thursday Eve, or happy Friday Eve. I don't know. I'm sick and my head's getting all. Anyway, all right. Love you guys, and I will talk to you.